Please like the video and share it so that it reaches many more people and you get sawaba, or rewards from Allah. This could be a sawabe jariyah or continuous reward for you long after you are gone.
Volume 9, Book 92, number 411. Narrated by Al-Amash. I asked Abu Wa'il, "Did you witness the battle of Siffin between Ali and Muawiyah?" He said, "Yes," and added, "Then I heard Sa'al bin Hunayf saying, 'O people, blame your personal opinions in your religion.' No doubt, I remember myself on the day of Abi Jandal. If I had the power to refuse the order of Allah's apostle, I would have refused it. We have never put our swords on our shoulders to get involved in a situation that might have been horrible for us, but those swords brought us to victory and peace, except this present situation." Abu Wa'il said, "I witnessed the battle of Siffin, and how nasty Siffin was." Volume 9, Book 92, number 412. Narrated by Jabir bin Abdullah. I fell ill. Allah's apostle and Abu Bakr came to visit me on foot. The Prophet came to me while I was unconscious. Allah's apostle performed ablution and poured the remaining water of his ablution over me, whereupon I became conscious and said, "O Allah's apostle, how should I spend my wealth? Or how should I deal with my wealth?" But the Prophet did not give me any reply till the verse of the laws of inheritance was revealed. Volume 9, Book 92, number 413. Narrated by Abu Sa'id. A woman came to Allah's apostle and said, "O Allah's apostle, men, only, benefit by your teachings, so please devote to us from some of your time, a day on which we may come to you so that you may teach us of what Allah has taught you." Allah's apostle said, "Gather on such and such a day at such and such a place." They gathered, and Allah's apostle came to them and taught them of what Allah had taught him. He then said, "No woman among you who has lost her 3 children, died, but that they will screen her from the fire." A woman among them said, "O Allah's apostle, if she lost 2 children?" She repeated her question twice, whereupon the Prophet said, "Even 2, even 2, even 2. See Hadith number 341, Volume 2. Volume 9, Book 92, number 414. Narrated by Al-Mughira bin Shu'bah. The Prophet said, "A group of my followers will remain predominant, victorious, till Allah's order, the hour, comes upon them while they are still predominant, victorious." Volume 9, Book 92, number 415. Narrated by Humayd. I heard Muawiyah bin Abi Sufyan delivering a sermon. He said, "I heard the Prophet saying, if Allah wants to do a favor to somebody, He bestows on him the gift of understanding the Quran and Sunnah. I am but a distributor, and Allah is the giver. The state of this nation will remain good till the hour is established, or till Allah's order comes." Volume 9, Book 92, number 416. Narrated by Jabir bin Abdullah. When the following verse was revealed to Allah's apostle, "Say, He has power to send torment on you from above," 6.65, he said, "O Allah, I seek refuge with your face from that punishment." And when this was revealed, "or from beneath your feet," 6.65, he said, "O Allah, I seek refuge with your face from that." And when this verse was revealed, "or to cover you with confusion in party strife, and make you to taste the violence of one another," 6.65, he said, These 2 warnings are easier than the previous ones. Volume 9, Book 92, number 417. Narrated by Abu Hurairah. A Bedouin came to Allah's apostle and said, "My wife has delivered a black boy, and I suspect that he is not my child." Allah's apostle said to him, "Have you got camels?" The Bedouin said, "Yes." The Prophet said, "What color are they?" The Bedouin said, "They are red." The Prophet said, "Are any of them gray?" He said, "There are gray ones among them." The Prophet said, "Whence do you think this color came to them?" The Bedouin said, "O Allah's apostle, it resulted from hereditary disposition." The Prophet said, "And this, i.e., your child, has inherited his color from his ancestors." The Prophet did not allow him to deny his paternity of the child. Volume 9, Book 92, number 418. Narrated by Ibn Abbas. A woman came to the Prophet and said, "My mother vowed to perform the Hajj, but she died before performing it. Should I perform the Hajj on her behalf?" He said, "Yes, perform the Hajj on her behalf. See, if your mother had been in debt, would you have paid her debt?" She said, "Yes." He said, "So you should pay what is for him, as Allah has more right that one should fulfill one's obligations to him." Volume 9, Book 92, number 419. Narrated by Abdullah. Allah's apostle said, "Do not wish to be like anybody except in 2 cases. The case of a man whom Allah has given wealth and he spends it in the right way, and that of a man whom Allah has given religious wisdom, i.e., Quran and Sunnah, and he gives his verdicts according to it and teaches it to others, i.e., religious knowledge of Quran and Sunnah, Prophet's traditions." Volume 9, Book 92, number 420. Narrated by Al-Mughira bin Shu'bah. Umar bin al-Khattab asked the people about the imlas of a woman, i.e., a woman who has an abortion because of having been beaten on her abdomen, saying, "Who among you has heard anything about it from the Prophet?" I said, "I did." He said, "What is that?" I said, "I heard the Prophet saying, its diyah, blood money, is either a male or a female slave." Umar said, "Do not leave till you present witness in support of your statement." So I went out, and found Muhammad bin Maslama. I brought him, and he bore witness with me that he had heard the Prophet saying, its diyah, blood money, is either a male slave or a female slave. Volume 9, Book 92, number 421. Narrated by Abu Hurairah. The Prophet said, "The hour will not be established till my followers copy the deeds of the previous nations and follow them very closely, span by span, and cubit by cubit, i.e., inch by inch." It was said, "O Allah's apostle, do you mean by those nations the Persians and the Byzantines?" The Prophet said, "Who can it be other than they?" Volume 9, Book 92, number 422. Narrated by Abu Sa'id al-Khudri. The Prophet said, "You will follow the ways of those nations who were before you, span by span and cubit by cubit, i.e., inch by inch, so much so that even if they entered a hole of a mastiga, you would follow them." We said, "O Allah's apostle, do you mean the Jews and the Christians?" He said, "Whom else?" Volume 9, Book 92, number 423. Narrated by Abdullah. The Prophet said, "None is killed unjustly, but the first son of Adam will have a part of its burden." Sufyan said, a part of its blood because he was the first to establish the tradition of murdering.